if you had said this matchup at the beginning of the year, you go, wow, this is going to be a great matchup between the Ravens and the Chargers. One team's lived up to the billing. That'd be the Ravens. The other team is not, and that's the Chargers. And we talked about it with Michael Duarte in hour number 2. Kind of a testy presser today after the game for Brandon Staley. I listened to the whole thing. I don't have a whole lot of issue with it, but you can tell he's tense because I'm sure he's feeling the heat that this team is too good to be 4-6.
Yeah, and I was surprised with the way that they lost today in Green Bay. 4 key drops, by the way, by the Chargers today. Parham drops one. Keenan Allen, who never drops anything. Quentin Johnston, the rookie out of TCU, on the final drive. He's going in for 6 because he's a burner, and he's going, and that's a touchdown. Austin Eckler fumbles at the 5. Just uncharacteristic, but I guess maybe it is characteristic of the Chargers because they seem to find ways to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory, as cliche as that sounds.
But it is true. It is apt. It's what this team kind of like. We talk about character and identity, and I know a lot of people in the gambling space may say, oh, those are just buzzwords. This is why I always joke. Like when I got knocked out of the contest, I got knocked out betting on the on the Chargers, getting 5.5 at Arrowhead against the Chiefs. I felt like I was on the right side, and they just can't figure out ways to get home.
And you wonder because I feel like Justin Herbert is an elite quarterback. I know his record doesn't say that. But I think when you look at how the guy plays and the intangibles and all that, I feel like he can be an elite quarterback in this league. He certainly has elite talent.
Yes.
But they're just they're letting him down. And that doesn't mean he's been perfect either. He's had a couple shaky performances this year, taken some bad sacks.
No question.
But you just wonder if this season is lost and how much there is this the back against the wall spot like we talked about with the Bills today. Now this is different. You're an underdog in this one. You're not laying a big number against a team that is struggling offensively like the Jets were in Buffalo today, but now you're getting 4 at home to Baltimore. Baltimore looks like they got things rolling. Now, they had a couple injuries, too.
Oh, Mark Andrews, gone for the year.
Yes, that's a huge loss.
A devastating loss for them. And somebody's got a ticket plus 1250 for the Ravens to represent the conference in the Super Bowl. That took a massive hit. Ronnie
Stanley continues to be hurt on the offensive line. Marlon Humphrey, their best corner, has battled injuries. Yeah. Now, it's not as bad as it's been the last couple of years. Their injury report's a little bit more cleaner, but they run the ball by committee. It was Gus Edwards, the hop on the bus, Gus. You don't need to discuss much.
And they tell you this, though. They needed a performance like that at the running back position because they've had so many injuries there, and Gus now being healthy helps out Lamar.
Yeah.
So it's not all on Abe.
So it's not on Lamar. Gus has helped. Mitchell has helped because we know Dobbins got hurt earlier this year. We did have how about Odell Beckham gave a big game. Now, he got a little banged up. I think he's listed as questionable. I think he's okay. But Odell Beckham, 4 catches for 116, had a big 51-yarder. Aguilar had a 37-yarder. Zay Flowers, who really I think is like their number one receiver, he had a 33-yarder. So they still got weapons, but Charlie Kolar going to have to step up at tight end in replacement of Mark Andrews. But, yeah, look, I'm still high on this Ravens team, at least long term. Now, I think this is a little bit of a difficult spot.
I agree.
Because you got a team whose back's against the wall where they got to make a decision. Are we going to stay with this season or are we done for after the excruciating way they lost at Green Bay? So, small lean to the Chargers, though.
I read it the same way. Remember, excruciating painful loss the week before to Detroit. They had one earlier in the year against the Cowboys by 3. They have been in all these games. And again, I'm with you. I lean towards taking the 4 right now with the injuries that the Ravens have. And this is the last stand. And Staley's talking like a coach that realizes.
That knows that they are up against it here.
Absolutely. By the way, the Ravens right now are the decided favorites to win the AFC North. After the Browns did get that win today, they moved to plus 275. Ravens are still 225 in that market. And they only have a half-game lead right now over Cleveland.
Yeah.
That's pretty large for a team.
Yeah, because we're kind of talking about, or I'm talking about, like, now, man, they might have a stranglehold on this division. We got a half-game lead.
That's it. So there's not a lot of room for error there for the Ravens, I do look for the Chargers in what I think will be another field goal game that if I'm catching 4, I might feel pretty good about having that in pocket come next week.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.